Hey guys, let's get right into it. Brittany and Yazan. Brittany, you know you're my girl, right? But let's tell the truth and shame the devil. When you say you are not playing games with Yazan, when you say, you want his parents to like you because you want them to know that you are not playing games with their son, when in fact you are playing games with their son. You are out here having this man think that you are going through this process to marry him when you know good and well that you can't. So sis, I know you want to be, blemish free in this situation, but you're not. You're in the wrong here. Yazan's uncle is the GOAT. I don't know how he got them parents to agree to just allow them to date, especially when they were going crazy about, we don't date in our culture. As soon as the uncle starts talking to him, all of a sudden he's just like, I want my son to be happy. It's okay. I agree. I was just like, how long was this conversation? Because it seems like the mother and the father came to an understanding of this relationship and how, I guess these millennials date real quick when they were so against it in the beginning. So I feel like this conversation was a lot longer than what we got, which makes sense. But I'm just like, they edited this scene real quick. Because it was just like, no, we don't do this. No, wait a minute. No, we don't do this. Then, okay, I want my son to be happy. Huh? Is this whole cast scamming us? Because they came to this conclusion real quick, real easy. The mother is like, the mother is like in love with Brittany all over again. Wants her to marry her son. Huh? We understand because we know that if we force them, the relationship will fall apart and we don't want them to get divorced. Where was this the last time? What do you guys think? Do you think that everybody is playing us? Because they had such a strong stance. And then just like that, they got it. I will say, I'm still rooting for this couple. I think they're so cute. When the dad was like, okay, I want my son to be happy. I understand. And Yazan was like, yes. He turned to her. He was like, they're okay with it. And then she started crying. And she's like, oh, thank you. I love you, Mom. I want them to work out. I do. I just don't know if it will. I think Brittany and Yazan will have a stronger relationship in the United States. I think probably that's what they're trying to do here. You know what I mean? Because I just don't see Brittany living in Jordan. I don't see Brittany being garbed up like this and being happy, being, a strict Muslim woman. I think these two will do a lot better in America because Yazan gives me that he kind of wants to break free as well. So I don't know if this couple remains. I think we're going to see them on 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after, and these two live in the U.S. That's where I think their relationship can flourish. In Jordan, absolutely not. You know why I don't think it'll work in Jordan? Because Brittany says, I'm glad that they accepted me. But, I hope they're not mad at me because I have to tell them that I'm still married. So I'm gonna wait to tell them. You idiot. I wouldn't tell them people nothing. I would go through the marriage with Yazan, you know what I mean? I would take care of the paperwork in America. I wouldn't tell them people nothing. The way that mother almost kicked you down the flight of steps, them hard concrete steps, when you didn't agree to marry her son within 2 days, you think she gonna take you being married lightly? You gonna get stabbed. Are you crazy? Ariella and B, let me tell you guys something. If I had the calm, coolness, and patience of Ariella, I would be so much farther in my career than I am now. That girl just takes everything and she's so chill. Ariella is not affected by anything. We will see her get affected by her mother leaving. Finally, some emotion. But anything else, it's just like, I'm fine. No, it's okay. No, girl, it's not. It's okay to not be okay, but she's just so chill about everything. Case in point, all of a sudden, Binyam is this religious guy. We didn't hear anything about him being Christian. We didn't see that dude going to church. We did see him put his face in his ex's coochie and beat her butt like some Congo drums. That's what we did see. But we didn't hear him say nothing about church, nothing about the Lord. We didn't even see him going to church. But all of a sudden, he sit down with his family and now he want his baby to be baptized. Get out of here. Get out of here. Listen, I want my man to love his family. I want him to love, honor, and respect his family. I want him to have a good relationship with his family. But that family not going to be in my business. They are not going to be in my business. B would have been fine being with Ariella and having her raise the son, whatever. Because he's never mentioned that there was a problem. I will say this. It don't seem like they did a lot of talking in this relationship. It seems like this was a friends with benefits. It seems like these two was just, meeting up and having sex, probably in Aries' home, probably, out there in, does Ethiopia have deserts? Forgive me, American. But, just probably having, sex all over the place and just having a good time. And just having a really good time. And then homegirl got pregnant. And they're just trying to make it work. But B, you got to stop letting your family get involved in your relationship. I know that they are afraid that here you are, you got another white woman pregnant. They think that it's going to be the same situation with your ex because they're really upset that, their nephew, their family member is not living here in Ethiopia with Binyam. I get that, right? But he keeps on making these decisions with his penis. You have to put some responsibility on him. They want Ari to do all this sacrificing. They want her to give up so much, but don't even require for this dude to provide. Y'all see the shack he got her in? Y'all see that toilet that he wants her to squat over while her baby inhaled them fecal matter fumes? Are you kidding me? But you want Ariella to no longer be Jewish, to get baptized in your faith, raise the baby Christian. Like, get out of here with all that. She has to do so. She's already moving here. She's leaving her family, probably going to have to provide for the entire family because B can't provide for himself. So we know he can't take care of a family. Start requiring standards of him as well. Binyam, you knew that Ari was Jewish before you even got her pregnant. Because don't she have like a Star David necklace? Like, dude, you knew what this was. So you can't all of a sudden just be like, oh, because we're getting married and we have a baby, this is what I want. Like, he takes her to the church. He like wraps her up in the garb or whatever, takes her to his church. And then he's talking to, I don't know what the name of this guy is. I'm Christian, so I'm just going to say pastor. And the pastor's just like, well, the baby can be baptized, but the mother also has to be baptized. The baby can't suckle from, an unchristian woman's breast. Well, that's a damn shame. I'm sorry. You don't knock me up and then all of a sudden I got to do all of this stuff. You should have said that before you slipped into my WAP. I'm sorry. WAP is everywhere, so I'm using it in every video. Forgive me. I like to say that better than coochie. Which one do you prefer? Let's talk about it in the comments section below. Do you prefer WAP or coochie? Let's discuss. Can we talk about this comment that Binyam made about Ari to his pastor? He was just like, she's pregnant. It just, happened. Ari. Did you hear him say it just happened? I mean, he ain't lying, right? But what you're not going to do is let your pastor know that I'm a one-night stand, that you got pregnant. Excuse me. Let me spill my own tea. Devan and Jihoon, Team Devan's mama. My mama would have did the same thing. She would have did the same thing. She probably would have beat up my husband. Because listen, right? I know that a lot of people were torn about this and a lot of people were saying that the mom was doing the most. I disagree because this, their scenes pick back up where the last episode left off with Drusilla taking off, right? A lot of people were just like, oh my goodness, she needs some home training. She's a kid, guys. She's a kid. Is she a toddler? Because isn't she still wearing a pamper? Like, she's really young. I think because Drusilla is tall and, very smart, I think we're thinking that she's a lot older than she actually is. Drusilla not 9. She is a child. She takes off running. Everyone who has been around children knows that they take off running, especially the really young ones. You always have to watch them because you never know when they are just going to turn into Usain Bolt and just take off. So I wasn't mad at Drusilla for taking off running. She's a kid. A kid gonna be a kid. What I did have a problem with was Jihoon, who, after Drusilla tells him to put her down, she takes off running. He goes running after her. The cameramen look. These grown men are watching a child run into oncoming traffic. And they're like, oh well. Reality TV, it's a dog-eat-dog world. So Jihoon takes off running after Drusilla. But because Drusilla's mother, Devan, is panicking and just screaming because she's scared, He gets an attitude, stops running after Drusilla, turns around and tells her, stop yelling at me. Dude, are you serious? My child who was in your care. You're her stepfather. She is still running. You so selfish. You think about the way that I'm speaking to you, not understanding that I am in fear for my child's life. You turn around and tell me to stop yelling at you while my kid is still running. Devan and her mama, their reactions are justified. They're thinking that Drusilla's going to harm herself, that she's going to get hit by a car or something like that. Like, they raised her, right? So they've been with her the longest than Jihoon. So they know how this little girl is. And they were just very terrible. They were just screaming. And I got it. I didn't see anything wrong with it. My only issue was that Jihoon stopped chasing after Drusilla to check Devan because she was screaming at him. Are you kidding me? And then I watched a clip of her live, and she was saying how they cut a lot of it out because he was like going after her, like screaming at her and like attacking her while Drusilla is still taking off running. So that's why her mother reacted that way, because she's just like, Drusilla is still running and you're, yelling at my daughter. She's never seen that. She's never seen him disrespect Devan. What she does know about this dude is that he can't care for her. So she was already on edge, leaving her daughter and her grandchildren in the care of this man who the first apartment that he showed the family that they were going to be staying in was basically an apartment in a really bad neighborhood that was, essentially squalor, right? So this is her idea of him. So he does have to work to get her trust and respect, right? Because he started off wrong with her. So they're already on shaky ground. Then he lets Drusilla take off running. That's forgivable, right? Because kids gonna be kids. That's absolutely forgivable. But the fact that you stop chasing after her to turn around and disrespect my child, who I'm already afraid for staying here in this foreign country to me with a dude that cannot take care of her. So her reaction, how she was acting, you might have thought it was over the top, but you not a mother in that situation. So I got Devan's mom, and I'm team Devan's mom. She was just like, I don't want your apology because Jihoon, doing all this breaking down and crying and coming, I'm sorry, mama. She's like, I don't want it. I don't accept it. I need your actions. Any way she want to feel, any way she want to take this, it is justified. Team Devan's mama. However, when she said that if he, harms her children, if he harms her daughter and her grandchildren, that she's going to kill him. Listen, even if you feel that way, don't say it on camera, because if something happened to him, they come and looking for you, mama. Best believe that. So I don't agree with that. You know what I mean? Like, I do. I watch a lot of Snapped, and yes, I am from the city of Philadelphia. We do a little shooting, but manslaughter, that ain't me. That ain't me. I don't agree with no manslaughter. So anyway, this episode ends with Jihoon, apologizing to everybody after he had like this breakdown. Can we talk about how his mom was like, what are you doing? Because she don't like him crying. He was just, I think Jihoon was just very emotional because of everything that was happening, right? And he is talking to Devan, who is just like, I have seen him cry so many times. He's a manipulator. That's what he does. He doesn't take responsibility. He cries. He's a man-child. You got knocked up by a man-child. It is what, in the words of First Lady Michelle Obama, it is what it is, right? This is who you got knocked up by. You got to deal with it, mama. So she's not fazed by his tears because she feels like, he does this to manipulate her to get over and to get his way. I happen to agree. So she's not being fazed by his tears. Jihoon's mama comes over and she has like a problem with the fact that he's crying. And then she goes in a confessional and she's just like, I want my son to be in a happy marriage. You know what I mean? I don't want him to be berated. Your bum son needs to be berated by somebody because you didn't do it. He's in his 30s. Listen, I get that, being a parent was, thrown on him. Ain't nobody ever ready to be a parent. But at your big age, Jihoon, you should be able to take on the cares of life. You should be able to deal with what comes your way. You're not getting younger, bro. You're only getting older. You have to be able to take on these things. You decided to have unprotected sex with Devan. She got pregnant. You decided to marry her, and you decided to take on the responsibility of a father, a husband, and a stepfather. That's what you said yes to. So you have to say yes to your decisions and stop allowing your mother to come in and comfort you. when you've messed up, because he has no accountability. Devan is his only accountability, but he has his mother defending his, poor behavior. So he never really grows from these situations. He never really has to do better because he's always going to have his mother coddle him and say it's okay. And the father ain't gonna say nothing. He's just stunned the whole time. Even after the Bank of Korea saw her son turn around, stop chasing after Drusilla, who was running into oncoming traffic, turn around and berate Devan, even after she saw that, she still defended the bum that she gave birth to. Devan, take your mama, Lil Wild Thornberry, Drusilla, and Targaryen, get on a plane and go home. Go home. It seems like from her live that they're not together. And listen, no shade. Rejoice. Rejoice. You can do bad all by yourself. This dude is not ready. He's not. It doesn't mean that you don't love him. It don't mean that he doesn't love you. Y'all just not compatible. It is what it is. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about with this episode. What did you guys think of this episode? Let's talk about it in the comment section below. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you next week for something else. Love you guys. Bye.